Thinking about moving to Leamington, Ontario, but you're feeling overwhelmed about where to start? The neighborhoods, the prices, timing, the process, it can feel like a lot, especially if you don't live here yet. I'm Linda Hakr. I'm a realtor with JUMP Realty, and I help buyers relocate to Leamington, Wheatley, Kingsville, and the surrounding Southwestern Ontario communities every day. In this video, instead of giving you generic pros and cons, I want to walk you through exactly how to help people move here in 2026. Let's talk about real market conditions, real buyer scenarios, and the exact steps we take from being curious about Leamington to actually holding the keys. If you're still in the research phase, this video will help you understand what to expect. And if you're further along, it'll give you a clear picture of how the process can actually feel calm and manageable. First, let's talk about the market, because before you think about neighborhoods or house styles, you need to understand the environment you'd be buying in. Leamington's market has shown steady growth since 2024. Demand is still strong, especially from buyers looking for affordable, more space, and lifestyle shift compared to larger centers. We're not in the frantic bidding war environment we saw a few years ago, but it's also not a weak market. Inventory is a bit higher, and we're closer to more balanced environment. What that usually means for buyers is this. You generally have time to think and compare. Well-priced homes still sell, and strategy and preparation matter more than rushing or reacting emotionally. One of the biggest mistakes I see buyers make when relocating is assuming the market here works the same as it does where they're coming from. Part of my role is translating the market into real, practical guidance so you can answer the most important question honestly. Is now actually a good time for you to buy here? Once someone reaches out and says, "We're thinking about Leamington," we don't start by looking at listings. We start with a strategy conversation. What's driving the move? Is it more space, retirement, remote work, or a lifestyle change? What does your day-to-day life look like now, and what do you want it to look like here? What's your comfortable budget? Not just what the bank might approve you for. How important is being close to schools, the hospital, the lake, green space, or highway access? These answers shape everything that come next, just in theory, but in real terms. Before you even set foot in Leamington, you should already have a clear picture of what your life could actually look like. To make this more concrete, let me share a few common buyer scenarios I see, without names, just real situations. One family came from a larger Ontario city with growing kids. Their priorities were a bigger yard, a quieter street, and lower monthly carrying cost. They weren't chasing luxury, they were chasing breathing room. We focused on neighborhoods that offered space, strong resale, and a community feel. They ended up with a detached home that gave the kids room to play and reduce their overall monthly stress. Another buyer was semi-retired and relocating from out of province. They wanted a milder climate, access to the lake, and a strong sense of community, but they didn't want to feel isolated or disconnected from services. We focused on Leamington and nearby areas that offered proximity to medical care, walkable amenities, and year-round livability, not just a vacation feel. In both cases, the goal wasn't finding a house. It was designing a life that actually matched why they were moving here in the first place. If you decide you want help from me specifically, here's how the process usually works. First is discovery and financing. We talk through your goals, your timing, the budget. If you need it, I can connect you with trusted local mortgage professionals who understand this area and how relocation purchases work. Next is neighborhood and home fit. I don't just send everything on the market. I send curated listings and explain why each one might fit or not fit your lifestyle. Things like commute patterns, noise, future resale, and how the area actually feels day to day. Then come the tours, either in person or virtual. If you're not here yet, I do detailed video walkthroughs. I show you the home, the street, the nearby amenities, and things you won't see in listing photos, so you're not surprised later. After that is offer strategy. We look at recent sales, how competitive the specific micro area is, and build an offer that makes sense. Not just the price, but conditions and protections so you feel comfortable and informed. Once an offer is accepted, we move into closing and settling in. I help connect you with inspectors, lawyers, and local professionals, and I'm always happy to point you towards parks, trails, cafes, local favorites so you start feeling at home faster. My goal through all of this is that you never feel like you're guessing your way through a major life decision. One thing that's different about working with someone who focuses on relocation is that I spend a lot of time with people who aren't here yet. That means I'm used to being your eyes and ears on the ground. I'll be honest, if a street, neighborhood, or property doesn't line up with what you've told me, even if it looks great online, sometimes the prettiest listings on the screen is the wrong fit in real life. And I'll explain why. I also understand that this move isn't just about numbers. It's about leaving friends, families, routine, familiarity behind. That's not something I take lightly. I want you to look back years later and say, we're really glad we chose Leamington, and we're really glad we had the right guidance. If you're seriously thinking about moving to Leamington, or you're still in the research phase and just want to talk things through, I'd love to be a resource for you. I'm Linda Hakr, Realtor with JUMP Realty, and helping buyers relocate to Leamington, Wheatley, and the Southwestern Ontario communities is what I do every day. In the description below, you'll find my contact information, a few other videos on cost of living, neighborhoods, and market updates. Whether you're 3 months, 12 months, or even a couple of years away from moving, feel free to reach out. We can build a plan together and figure out if Leamington and working together is the right step for you.